Everyone got emotional. Kim breaks down in tears. Paulo gets jealous after Gerald's kiss on Kim. Welcome to Stardom Scoop, Glowing Star, where we dive deep into the dazzling world of celebrity news, exclusive gossip, and the untold stories behind your favorite stars. If you love keeping up with the latest in Hollywood, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for all the juicy updates. The entertainment world was shaken once again as emotions ran high around Kim Chiu, Paulo Avelino, and Gerald Anderson, three names that never fail to generate intense reactions from fans. What began as an innocent moment at an event quickly spiraled into a whirlwind of reactions, interpretations, and speculations. And at the center of all of it was Kim, who unexpectedly became emotional, and Paulo, whose surprising reaction left everyone talking. For weeks, fans had been closely following Kim and Paulo's schedules, appearances, and sweet interactions. Their chemistry, once purely professional, has evolved into a captivating connection that supporters call undeniable. Paulo's subtle protectiveness, Kim's softness around him, and their shared laughter all contributed to a narrative that fans deeply enjoy. So when news broke that Kim was seen wiping away tears after a brief encounter with Gerald, the public couldn't help but dig deeper. It all started during a special gathering where several well-known personalities attended. It was supposed to be a light, celebratory moment, but what happened between Kim and Gerald, specifically, a friendly congratulatory kiss, became the spark for a much bigger emotional wave. Witnesses said it was nothing more than a quick, respectful peck, the kind of greeting common in the industry. Yet, the gesture carried weight because of the history between them. Kim and Gerald once shared not just a love team, but a real-life relationship, one that many fans were invested in. Though both have long moved on, moments like this, unexpected reunions, brief physical gestures, always evoke reactions from the public. For Kim, who has been navigating a tremendously busy schedule and constant public scrutiny, it may have stirred emotion she didn't anticipate. Whether it was nostalgia, pressure, or exhaustion, no one could say for sure, but the sight of her tearing up captured the attention of everyone around her. Meanwhile, Paulo's reaction turned into an entirely separate conversation. Known for his calm, steady demeanor, he surprised fans when he appeared visibly affected. Those who were present described him as quiet, slightly withdrawn, and not in his usual relaxed mood. It didn't take long for people to interpret the change. Paulo, they believed, felt a pang of jealousy. Jealousy is a very human reaction, especially for someone who has grown close to a person like Kim, whose warmth and sincerity can easily draw people in. Paulo had been supportive of Kim in her recent projects, store openings, appearances, and emotional struggles. He had shown up for her consistently, and fans had taken notice. So seeing that moment between Kim and Gerald may have touched a sensitive spot, one he perhaps didn't expect. While Paulo and Kim have not confirmed the nature of their relationship, the closeness they display often speaks louder than any label. From backstage interactions to quiet glances during interviews, there is a tenderness between them that fans adore. And because this bond appears genuine, the thought of Paulo feeling jealous suddenly made the entire situation feel achingly human. Kim's emotional moment didn't go unnoticed. Fans nearby said she appeared overwhelmed, though whether it was due to the kiss itself or the overall atmosphere remained unclear. Cameras captured her swallowing hard, blinking rapidly, and eventually turning away for a brief moment to regain her composure. It was subtle but heartfelt, enough to make longtime supporters of Kim feel protective. In the hours that followed, the internet buzzed with every possible theory. Some claimed Kim was simply tired from her packed schedule. Others suggested she was overwhelmed by nostalgia after seeing Gerald. Many, however, believed that the emotional reaction had more to do with her current closeness with Paulo, not the past with Gerald. If there's one thing fans know, it's that Kim values calm, kindness, and genuine support in the people around her. Paulo has been embodying all of these qualities for months now. From cheering her on silently in the background to offering comfort during stressful public events, he has positioned himself as one of Kim's strongest pillars of support. So if he did feel a hint of jealousy, it isn't surprising that Kim sensed it immediately. Observers said that after the moment with Gerald, Kim seemed especially quiet, maybe even guilty, not because she did anything wrong, but perhaps because she didn't want Paulo to misunderstand. Her eyes, which often communicate more than her words, were soft but troubled. It was a side of Kim rarely seen publicly, and it opened a window into how emotionally layered the situation truly was. Paulo, on the other hand, chose to keep his distance for a short while. Supporters at the event shared that he excused himself at one point and stayed near the back of the venue, quietly observing. That subtle withdrawal was enough for fans to conclude that something in him was stirred, and the narrative of Paulo being jealous began taking shape. As the night wore on, the two eventually reconnected. A fan-captured clip showed Kim approaching Paulo, gently touching his arm as if to reassure him. Paulo looked at her briefly, before giving a small smile, a moment of silent understanding passing between them. It was simple, barely a few seconds long, but powerful enough to send fans into a frenzy. That small exchange settled a lot of assumptions. It showed that whatever emotional turbulence occurred, whether Kim's tears or Paulo's jealousy, they were quick to find comfort in each other. In fact, it highlighted something more important: their connection is built on respect, communication, and mutual care. Throughout the night, the conversation online transformed from curiosity to affection. Fans began praising Paulo for quietly walking away instead of reacting impulsively. Others admired Kim for approaching him and easing what could have become an awkward moment. Their supporters described the situation as a real relationship moment, one that couples often face and resolve with trust and understanding. By the next day, the videos were circulating widely, accompanied by thousands of comments from fans who felt touched by the raw humanity of the situation. Some said it proved that Paulo genuinely values Kim, while others pointed out that Kim's tears signaled how emotionally fragile she might be behind her ever-cheerful public persona. Yet the strongest takeaway was this: the moment showed how deeply intertwined their lives have become. It wasn't just another celebrity encounter or a typical industry greeting. It was a catalyst that revealed genuine emotions: jealousy, concern, vulnerability, reassurance. Kim later appeared in a short livestream where she seemed calmer, more composed. She didn't directly address the incident, but her demeanor carried traces of someone who had gone through something emotional yet meaningful. Observant fans noticed her mentioning support and understanding, leading many to believe she was referring to Paulo and how they handled the situation privately. Meanwhile, Paulo remained his usual quiet self on social media, but insiders say he has always been attentive behind the scenes. Whether sending messages of encouragement, showing up when needed, or giving advice, he has been a steady presence in Kim's life ever since their series together strengthened their bond. The public may never know exactly what Paulo felt in that moment of jealousy, or what Kim whispered when she approached him to soothe the tension. But one thing is certain: these moments make their developing connection feel real, relatable, and unscripted. It's what fuels the enthusiasm of fans, who see something genuinely special unfolding between them. As months continue to pass and the spotlight remains on Kim and Paulo, situations like this will inevitably arise. What matters is how they navigate them, with maturity, sensitivity, and honesty. If this latest emotional scene proves anything, it's that they're capable of facing emotional bumps with grace. For now, fans continue to cheer them on, not because they expect a fairy tale romance, but because the sincerity in their actions shows that whatever bond they share, whether friendship, partnership, or something deeper, comes from a place of authenticity. What began as a simple congratulatory gesture from Gerald became a reminder of how delicate emotions can be when genuine care is involved. In the end, Kim wiping her tears and Paulo quietly managing his jealousy painted a picture far more intimate than public statements could ever convey. And so, as people continue to replay the videos and analyze every glance, the bigger story remains this: Kim is valued, Paulo cares deeply, and their connection continues to grow stronger, even through moments that test their emotions. Thanks for tuning in to Stardom Scoop. If you enjoyed our deep dive into the latest celebrity drama, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe for more juicy updates. What do you think about Paulo and Kim's situation? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, keep shining and stay in the know with Stardom Scoop.